Good afternoon. This is Tim with Extreme Flight with Antonio De Souza here at Extreme Flight headquarters, going over the Falcon 2.8 meter jet that is almost here. We have ours that we're going to go through and finish the assembly guide on, but we wanted to give you a quick walkthrough before we got too far along so you can see how simple it is, how well it's pre-configured, and all the little details that we like about the 2.8. So what do we got here, Antonio?
Well, as already mentioned, this is the 2.8 in a little bit of a different color scheme. So this one
Oh,
was a
yeah.
custom scheme that Tim drew up, put some cool colors
Yeah.
on it.
Just to
Uh,
recolor, it's an example of what's available if you choose to go with outside of the four color schemes that we will have available for launch on these. Look for those on the screen here in a moment if I can figure out how to do that. Other than that, this is a custom scheme which is available. But yeah, this is everything else is the same. This is the standard 2.8. Just to ignore the distracting colorways. But regardless, what else do we have here?
let's start off from the wings.
Okay.
So as you guys already probably familiar with the 2.1, 1.8, it is obviously a sport jet. So flaps are also ailerons. So it is a uh,
Yeah.
full span ailerons in that
Yep.
case
Yep.
that definitely give a lot of authority, especially in higher speed, and also help out on the vector side of things whenever you don't have that. The 3D guys that are used to prop wash, which isn't a thing with jets whenever you're doing 3D. Um,
Yeah, I guess one thing you'll notice on this is how amount of prefabrication done at the factory. These are glue. They're obviously painted to match and everything like that, but they are glued in place and all the hinging is done. So this one, I got ahead of myself and I started dropping in servos and linkages and went, oh, we should probably do an unboxing and kind of go over this whole thing. But everything kind of falls into place. I've already removed them, but guides are all in there so that way you can pull the extensions through. And then once you've got them through, go into the exclusive Skywing connector system, which is pretty awesome. It's the same connections that we've used on the 1.8 and 2.1 for the last year now, and I mean, hundreds of people around the world have already been enjoying this, so it's working out really, really well. We had it on the prototype that was working fantastic, and now you see it on the production 2.8 as well. So
for sure. So double spar design on the elevators, like the 2.1 and 1.8R. And yeah, it's pretty well
it's
fabricated.
yeah, it's
Looks very,
solid.
very good. Same connectors and also the quick assembly latches on the stabs also, so super fast to assemble at the field. Makes it definitely easy, especially on a jet on this size.
I don't know if you noticed, this thing is a monster. It's giant. The 2.1 is what? It's 2.1 length, what 110-inch wingspan, whatever it comes up to. But basically, to help break it down, obviously it's got all the quick features, for locking, unlocking, for the quick removal, tool-free assembly. Also has that for the rudder as well too, so you can lock that in place, remove if necessary. Everything again is hinged and horn, ready for dropping everything in. This one does have the pipe installed. It you probably already saw on the table, but also comes with a vector as well too for the guys that want to do 3D thrust vector like us.
Yes.
So yeah, what do we power this thing with?
This one is going to have a King Tech 320 G5, so very excited to do some 3D stuff with this, some flat spins, Harriers, maybe some rolling Harriers even.
Oh
Let's see what
yeah,
happens.
oh yeah.
But Canopy does also have the quick attachment system, just like the stabs, elevator, and also the rudder. It is a split fuse design also, so for maybe bigger trips to fit in some extra aircraft in the van or trailer, whatever transport vehicle that you have, definitely makes it easier. So 2 bolts on the top, 2 bolts on the bottom, super easy and quick. And they do actually have all of the connectors on it also.
Yep.
Everything pre-labeled, pre-ran, ready to go from the factory. So it's
All
pretty
right.
convenient.
Well, let's take a look inside. So what you'll see is, again, the amount of prefabrication done by the factory. Everything is in place. We've got the landing gear already outfitted in there. It's JP retracts on these ones. It's just as great as what we've been running on the 2.1 and 1.8. They've made some updates on the tray as far as for all the possibilities for moving your batteries around. And another nice feature is they've actually got the pre-labeled, pre-installed plugs just to kind of help with the setup. You may, even though it's set up to have a 3S for your ECU, and you've got the landing gear and the smoke and receiver, whatever. Obviously, you can configure that however you like. It's nice to have a place for it though, so it's not flopping around on the interior. So
For sure. So under here, you'll see the landing gear controller, the UAT, and a little neat spot there for the ECU also, if you'd like to install it down there. Most of the extension already pre-ran, as we already mentioned earlier. There are the prefabricated spots for the fuel dot and smoke dot, also smoke tank, also the vent spots down there. Um, this is smoke tank. That is the main fuel tank down there.
Yeah, there's the real one too. It's funny because we open this up and go, doesn't seem like a lot of fuel. Oh no, that's for the smoke. So they've got their tank already installed. It's got the clear spot so you can check fuel level, during the course of the run or after the fact or just, whenever necessary to see what's going on with it.
For
So,
sure. And obviously, if you're not going to be running smoke, you can always remove this to have a little bit more area for components or to just have a cleaner look and not
mhm.
the tank there that you're not going to be using. Over here towards the back, we already covered all the connectors for the split fuselage and then the mount to the turbine there.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I
pretty
mean,
straightforward.
obviously, again, with the accessory, it's a pretty low parts count. I mean, everything, the amount of prefabrication really helps speed up the process. But what you'll see is all the different templates, depending on, if you're going to run the 320 or 300 or, keep going all the way down the food chain, the 250s, 240s. Santiago is actually flying the prototype we had last year at Kentucky Jets with the 210. He's made the repairs on that after, things didn't go ideally to plan, but he's been ripping that thing with a 210 to show that it is lightweight, it's capable, and it's massive, and it just flies great. So
Yes.
again, you've got also some included stuff for the throw meters for setting up the rudder, the flaps, the elevator, and ailerons, and also a CG tool. So that way, when you do have everything in place, you'll slip your tubes through that, you'll get it on there, and you can get an extension or some rope and make sure you get your CG set up correctly the first time, so you're not relying on your gyro to clean up bad setup. So one more time, it does include the thrust vector stuff. So if you wanted to give that a shot, you can set that up with just 2 more servos inside, all of the rods, smoke line, smoke injector, and everything like that. You would just need your pump, since obviously it comes with a tank. There's not much more to it. These are the vent dots that are included for the bottom, as long as as well as plugs and the quick fillers, and then some spares just in case you stuff those landings on the nose wheel. That's the one that usually takes the biggest hit. But it does come with a spare and a couple other goodies in there. So,
Yep.
oh, bags. That's what else. Yeah, fuel bags. Skywing does a really good job of including a lot of extra features, value added things. So if you don't, if you see it right there, that's a transport and assembly stand that actually is included. Is it the flashiest? No, but really it's super functional. We like that for transport. We especially like it for sliding on the wings during assembly and then sweeping the gears so then we can go off with our day. I want to show them the bags real quick.
Sure.
It's a high quality bag. That one that he's got there is actually for the rudder.
Yep.
It
Just
comes,
as an example of quite a bit of padding there on
yeah,
the inside, very, very smooth material, zippered, and since they are removable, there is a actual zipper for you to close it off if
yep.
you don't want to keep it
Also,
on the fuselage.
yeah, also included for the elevators, and then you've got one for each wing as well, and
Hmm.
then a pocket for the tube. And there actually is a fuse bag included, so you can have the whole fuse bag. There's 2 separate halves, or you can combine them, so it's one single long bag that is gigantic. But another one of the value-added features that comes with all the Skywing jets. So. The L39 is also on this container. We gave you a little sneak peek at that a couple weeks ago. It comes with the same bags, comes with the same stand, all the same benefits. That one is a little bit more labor intensive, but this video is about the 2.8, which we're excited to jump into. And hopefully we'll have this thing up and running ASAP. Worst case scenario, check us out at Jonal 2025 on the main line. See this sucker in action.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty excited. I had a little bit of time with the prototype 2.8 we had. Already flew incredibly well, so I'm excited to put a little bit more time on it.
All right, cool. Well, that's all we have for now. If you have any questions, send us an email, give us a call, extremeflightrc.com. Exclusive U.S. distributor for Skywing, Skywing Jets, all things Skywing associated. Other than that, it's Tim and Antonio. Over and out.
See ya.